Because one of the most expensive things you will ever say in your business is, we've done it this way, why would we do it anything different? Whether we're talking about the latest iPhone, a TikTok dance, or even your coaching program, every idea lives or dies on one thing, and that's the adoption curve. So today I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how to use it to sell smarter. And if this is your first time tuning in, hi, my name's Megan Lamley. I am an online entrepreneur that teaches sales, business, and how to make money online, because I've owned my own business for the last 6 years and have 10 years of sales experience. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. So the adoption curve comes from behavioral economics and marketing, and once you understand it, it kind of explains everything. This is why some apps take off and some apps flop. This is why some of your clients jump instantly into a new offer and some need months of convincing. You've also been there too. I know you have. And this is something that I teach all of my clients because it is so important in understanding how buyer behavior works. So picture a bell curve. On our far left, we have innovators. These are quirky people experimenting in their garages, solving problems in weird ways, but they're only about 2.5% of the population. Next, we have our early adopters, which is about 14% of the population. These are your cool kids on Threads, Reddit, Twitter, now known as X, who decide what is worth spreading and what is worth killing. You have your early majority, around 34%, who jump once they see proof and start the bell curve. And then we have late majority, or the middle of the bell curve, for early and late. That's another 34%, and they're going to wait till something's popular. It's mainstream, it's cool. And then we have our laggards, the people who are still using flip phones when everybody else has an iPhone, because they are the absolute last to adopt and they are the slowest. Each one of these roots into a buyer type that we talk about in buyer psychology or sales psychology. And so that's what we're going to kind of continue in. We have our driver buyers that are results orientated. They typically adopt first because they want efficiency. They know where they're going and they know how they want to do it. Your connection-based buyers are going to spread trends because they want to share with their community. So they're going to be your early majority. Your late majority and kind of your laggards are going to be your analytical buyers, putting them in the late majority. And your emotional buyers are going to adopt when they feel safe, often around what's called critical mass, the height of the bell curve. So if you've ever felt like you've had to repeat yourself over and over before someone buys, that's the adoption curve at work. And that is also their buyer type at work as well, because some people buy instantly and some people don't. Like, that's the beauty of learning things like buyer psychology. I want to use Dollar Shave Club as an example because they entered a very interesting market that was boring razors dominated by Gillette. Innovators typically create the idea, but the early adopters was Reddit and Twitter who spread it, because entering something like shaving is kind of a boring industry. They used humor and affordability and the distribution so that the early majority piled in, and Gillette noticed only once the curve had been tipping. You know, they were making ads that were funny, they were relatable, and they were disrupting an industry. And what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of the industries that exist today only get disrupted when someone comes in and has something different, because one of the most expensive things you will ever say in your business is, we've done it this way, why would we do it anything different? Now, there are marketing and sales principles, right? There are things that continually work, like outreach, consistency, commitment. These are psychological triggers that trigger the brain to value someone as safe. But the problem I see with a lot of business owners is that you're not willing to use some levity, use some humor, or disrupt your industry because it feels safe to stay in the same place that you're at. How do you use this? First, know your audience type. If you don't know your buyer type, you probably have a majority of people because the way you buy is the way you sell. Also, who are you marketing to? If you are marketing to driver buyers and early adopters, you're going to emphasize speed, efficiency, being first, the pride of being first. If you have a concept that is it's already been proven, but you do it better, this is your early majority. So emphasizing proof, social proof, testimonials, results, reviews, your own proof. If you're marketing to a late majority, emphasize safety, normalization, meet your buyers where they're at on the curve, and you will sell smarter, you will make better money, and you will have the business that you want because you're actually applying sales and buying principles and marketing principles and making it so easy. So if you liked this video, go ahead, make sure to comment, rate, subscribe, and I have more coming for y'all.